Good morning. I'd like to introduce two of my students, Phil and Lin, and I really wanted them to share with you some of their experiences this morning about taking lessons for the last 2 months while we've been in the COVID environment. And I think it's been a really unique experience being online with them, and for me as well as probably for them. But I wanted to get them to share their thoughts and their ideas about how the lessons have gone in the last couple of months. Why did you want to take bridge lessons? I mean, I know you had some experience years ago uh, playing bridge, but now all of a sudden, we're in a different mode and you want to retake bridge again. Why? What's your interest?
Well, Lynn and I started playing bridge back in college in the 60s. So we played bridge for over 50 years. And the system we learned back then was something that was called, maybe still called, Goring. And we basically played bridge using that system the way we understood it ever since. And over the last 20 years, we played on a pretty regular basis with another couple. And we pretty much were not as good as they. And, but we just didn't do it well. So last winter we were on a cruise, and I was talking to some people, and they were talking about there are more modern methods than these old methods that we learned. And we actually took a couple of lessons on the cruise boat, and I thought, well, I want to learn to play bridge better. I want to be able to not just play and have fun, but also to win on occasion. So I actually did an internet search and found Rob's website, and he agreed to teach us these new modern methods, and that's what we've been doing.
Great.
And as a bonus, this happened to be a gift for me, the bridge lessons. And I'm at the stage of my life where I don't need any more stuff. So I love experiences. And so it was a bonus also for my anniversary to get an experience. And it has been one. So
Yes, it has.
I've loved it.
Oh, that's great. Great. Just out of curiosity, this has been a unique experience for both of us, teaching online, learning online, yet I think it's sort of becoming the norm of the way things are going to be, at least for a while. What's been your experience with learning online?
Well, first off, I have to say I was extremely skeptical because I am definitely a face-to-face person. Now, of course, with Zoom, we're kind of face-to-face. So, but I mean, I just would have never chosen to take any kind of lessons online until the COVID hit. So that's what made this as a possibility. And I have to say, it's won me over. I thoroughly enjoy, I don't have to drive anywhere. I'm in the comfort of my home. And Rob has done such a great job with the technology, having bridge hands available for us. Unlike our first experience when we were outside in the wind, trying to deal out cards and not be around anybody, it's been very relaxing, peaceful, and extremely helpful.
Yeah, I agree with that. I was also very skeptical about the notion of taking it online, and I would say now I think it's actually better. Rob always comes completely prepared, and we get to do these practice hands and other things with the technology that he has, and it's really been a great experience that way. So I'm all for online learning of bridge.
Great. I think it's been a good experience for me too, because it was a learning experience just to understand how to do this. And, I've never taught bridge online before. You were the first ones, and it just kind of happened by accident. But
Yep.
it confirmed in my mind that we can learn even almost better, in this kind of a format, because, I think we're really focused on what we're doing, maybe even a little bit more than if I was sitting in a classroom of 15 people. My mind's wandering, I have questions on my mind, I can't ask them, but this is a much more intimate experience, I think. Learning.
I agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So what did you think about the lesson format? I had you do a lot of different kinds of things. And any comments about, you both are educators at the university, and I think you know a little bit about learning. How did you feel this format of learning was for you?
I would say that I was a very positive. Rob gave us a book, which I think is maybe one of the best books I've read on how to do things. That kind of a book. So we would read these chapters, and then we would Rob would answer our questions on the chapters, and then highlight the important parts of it. That was good. And then the book had quizzes in it that we took, and it was instructional to take those quizzes and then to be able to ask Rob questions about it. And then on occasion, he would actually have a pop quiz, which college students hate, but I actually loved them because it really sort of stretches your learning and your ability to comprehend. And then I really like he has a technology which I don't understand, where he has these practice hands. He has the hands are before us on the screen, and we get to bid these hands and play these hands. And I thought those were excellent as well.
Great. Anything else, Lynn?
No, just ditto what Phil said. You did a nice mix of different things. You sent us handouts to read, extra material. You went beyond. So yeah. Thank you.
Well, that kind of leads me into the next question. I guess I need a report card. You know?
First of all, you're a very welcoming person. And so that always starts off our sessions well. I like that. Phil mentioned earlier, you come very well prepared. You have a good plan. And I can tell that you really enjoy teaching. You really want us to learn. It's not like you just want us to spout right answers. So you don't let us get by with just sort of answering the question. We also have to tell you why. Mm-hmm. Sure. That can be stretching and challenging, but if we get it right, you're very affirming. And if we get it wrong, you're very non-judgmental. So it doesn't feel threatening, if you know what I mean. Absolutely. And so I can tell what you really want us to understand what we're doing and why we're doing it, because you really want us to be better bridge players. And so you provide that kind of an environment for us. So I would say it's been very, very positive.
Appreciate
I agree with that. And I would add that one thing Rob does is he responds to questions that I ask. I probably give him more than he likes, but almost instantly. Faster than I expect an answer, actually. And so that tells me that he cares that we are actually learning. He's just not not going through the motions, but he does care that we learn and cares about us. So I thought that was a very positive attribute.
I appreciate that. So I guess the bottom line is, how much more confident are you about your bridge skills today as opposed to 2 months ago?
Well, one of the things I learned through these lessons is that I was a very bad bridge player 2 months ago. I tell you the thing that shocked me, I thought this was going to be mostly about bidding, and there's been a lot about bidding, but I didn't realize how much there was learned about playing the hands. And I would say the first place where I noticed improvement in my game, because we've continued to play while we've taken these lessons, is I actually have some idea what I'm doing now when I play the hands, where before I just kind of threw cards out there and hoped it all came out all right, and it usually didn't. But now Rob has taught us to, before you even put out the first card, you make a plan, and then you follow that plan. And I found it is really improved my playing. And then the bidding as well. The old system, I kind of knew when to open, and after that it was kind of floundering around. Do you like it or not like it, kind of thing. Whereas we have really precise rules that they're flexible in some respect, but you have, before you can break a rule, you have to know what the rule is. And so I would say I'm a much better bridge player than I was. And I would say another thing, my wife, I'll just speak for her and then she can talk for herself. used to loathe and despise playing no trump. And now she aggressively plays no trump and is delighted when she gets to be the declarer in a no trump contract.
That's great.
That's really true. I always thought of playing bridge as a good social interaction with friends. I wasn't a very competitive person, so I wasn't really interested in the score necessarily. It was just something to do for fun. But now that we've taken the lessons, I'm actually getting a little competitive. I sort of care now how I'm playing. And I would say, if I have to analyze myself, I was probably like in about second grade as far as how to play bridge and what was going on and all that stuff. I think maybe I've moved up to high school. So we've had radical improvement because so much of my playing bridge was, do I like it? You know, I like my suit, Phil. I don't care if you have a suit. This is it. Whatever kind of thing. And I certainly affirm what Phil said about actually playing the hand and having a strategy. So this has been great, especially with this COVID. Phil and I play online with each other during the week. It's given us something to sort of grow and learn in the midst of everything being kind of shut down. So it's been an extremely good relational thing. We're playing with friends of ours that live in Dallas now and out of town because of Zoom and online and all that kind of stuff. So it's expanded our connection of bridge players. So it's been fabulous.
Yeah, I'd say one indication of that we're better is the people who we've played with for 20 years and used to beat us on a regular basis now ask us questions on how to play. And I kind of have get a kick out of that, if you want the truth.
Well, that's great. Great. You know, I think you are slightly different than when I first met you at the restaurant in the wind. And, you know, you've come quite a way. And you know, and that's because I think your commitment, your enjoyment, and also I think your dedication to the discipline that's really required to learn. You know, it's not an easy game to learn, but I think, you know, with the right attitude, it's very learnable. I mean,
I think that's the other thing I've learned from Rob is that the more I learn about this game, the bigger the game gets. I mean, I always thought bridge was a great game and a very complex game, but I didn't have any idea how in depth you could get into this game, and I've enjoyed it immensely for that reason.
Wonderful.
So you've widened my horizon.
Thank you very much. Well, thank you so much for sharing those thoughts and ideas. And, you know, I hope, you know, you continue success. And I know you're going to not stop after our lessons are over, but I can see you becoming even maybe duplicate players. And that's quite possible. Not everybody can do that. But, you know, I think you have the right spirit and the right attitude. And, you know, I think now that Lin is convinced she's a little more competitive than she thought she was, that you could probably achieve some really good results. And it's a good way to meet people as well. And it just go to another city, you have a home and you have an opportunity to interact with people you never saw before and just really make new friends anywhere in the world. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. And good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.